Welcome to the 2021 NCAA Wrestling Rules presentation. NCAA Wrestling Secretary Rules Editor Chuck Barbie developed this video to provide important reminders and introduce the new rules for the 2021-22 season. All NCAA wrestling head coaches and registered referees will receive a new edition of the Wrestling Rules book. Please ensure that you replace your old book with the 2021 version for the upcoming season. NCAA registered head coaches and referees may also navigate to the Arbiter Center Mat website to download a PDF version of both the rules book and the casebook. As in previous seasons, the casebook contains all new and existing interpretations. It is important to be registered for Center Mat access so that you receive email notifications when the casebook is updated. The general public can find a wealth of rules information and download a free PDF copy of the rules book by going to the NCAA Wrestling public website and following these simple steps. We will now review each of the new rules for the upcoming season. Rule 3.13.1.b. This rule allows open tournaments to offer referee-only video review. When referee-only video review is used, there are no coach challenges allowed. Open tournaments that offer video review are required to follow all existing rules related to video review equipment and setup. Rule 3.13.1.c. This similar rule allows event hosts to use referee-only video review when conducting extra matches that are held in conjunction with a dual meet event where video review is used. Like the open tournament rule, when referee-only video review is used for extra matches, there are no coach challenges allowed. Rule 3.13.5. This rule makes it a requirement that when an event uses a video review system that does not have an integrated timing system, the match score and time clock must be visible on the review display screen. If an event host is not able to ensure that the score and time clock is visible on the display screen, then video review is not allowed at that event. Rule 3.16 and 3.17 are being implemented as an effort to improve the overtime rules currently in place. Rule 3.16 states that the first sudden victory period is now 2 minutes in length. This change applies only to the first sudden victory period, and any subsequent sudden victory period remains 1 minute in length. Rule 3.17 states that at the conclusion of the first round of 30-second tiebreaker periods, if one wrestler has a net riding time advantage of at least 1 second, that wrestler is declared the winner. The previous rule did not allow for a determination of a winner using riding time advantage until after the second round of tiebreakers was complete. Rules 2.2.1.b, 2.2.7, and 3.18.5. Each of these three new rules creates a fair and standardized protocol for correcting match time errors. Let's first look at the two changes that were needed to ensure wrestlers and coaches understand the new application of dead time and match parameters. Rule 2.2.1.b is added to the existing dead time rule and states that wrestling action that occurs after a referee blows their whistle to start or restart a match, but when the clock is not running, is not subject to dead time when the referee's only action is to make a correction to the match time. The Rule 2.2.7 change to the match parameters states, unless subject to the dead time rule, all wrestling action that occurs after the referee blows the whistle to start the match is active wrestling time, and earned points are awarded. The primary point of emphasis for these two rules is that when the referee sounds their whistle to start wrestling, all action is live and scoreable, whether the clock is running or not. When there is only a correction to the time, dead time is not applicable and all points and penalties are scored. Let's now look at Rule 3.18.5 and the new protocol for making the actual timing correction. Step 1. If video review is used for a match where a timing correction is made, the referee will first consult the video review system and all available integrated timing devices. In this photo, you can see that there are 3 available timing devices the referee can review to determine the proper correction that needs to be made. If video review is not available or if it is not useful, the referee will proceed to Step 2. In Step 2, the referee consults the match timer and the second official if one is available. If, after consulting with the match timer and the second official, the referee determines that the time can be corrected with reasonable positive knowledge, the correction is made and both coaches are notified. Step 3 occurs if the referee cannot determine with reasonable positive knowledge the correct time. The match will revert to the start of the most recent known time, which will typically be the start of the current period. And finally, once a decision on the time is made, the referee should notify both opposing coaching staffs of the change. The referee's decision on the timing correction is final. Rule 9.3.2 states that in all instances, when back-to-back team dates of competition occur, all wrestlers shall receive a 1-pound weight allowance on the second day of competition. This rule includes the following points of emphasis. The weight allowance includes wrestlers who did not compete the day before. The maximum weight allowance, regardless of the number of back-to-back days, is 1 pound. All back-to-back events must be official team dates of competition per the NCAA bylaw manual. Rule 9.4.2 is another weigh-in rule change that states, for round-robin events and individual or team advancement tournaments, weigh-ins shall be held 2 hours or sooner before the start time of competition on each day of competition. As an important note, the event host can schedule weigh-ins sooner than 2 hours, but in no instance will it be longer than 2 hours before the start time of competition. And finally, Rule 9.7.1 and 9.5.2 ensure that wrestlers do not utilize any of the prohibited weight loss practices during the time in which weight certifications occur. For the safety of the wrestlers and to ensure compliance, the new rules define the playing rules season as being from the first day of class until the end of the competition season. At no time during this period are wrestlers allowed to utilize saunas, hot boxes, rubber suits, or any of the other prohibited practices listed in the rules book. This concludes the new rules presentation. If you have any questions, you may direct them to NCAA Wrestling Secretary Rules Editor Chuck Barbie. Chuck's contact information can be found in the front of your 2021 rules book.